this week really got me questioning if I really know myself or not. It was really hard to process everything, especially the exercises. It was really weird. I don't know. This week was about recovering a sense of power within yourself, focusing on some negative internalized emotion such as shame and anger. I'm not gonna lie, I had a little crash out this week. I always thought that what was actually stopping me from going after what I had in mind, what I wanted to do, was lack of courage. You know, that I was maybe not bold enough to do what I wanted to do. But thinking about some specific situation now, with the awareness and the knowledge I have now, I think that what was actually stopping me was shame. I always been like this, especially when I was younger, during my middle school, high school years. I was really shy. I was embarrassing shy. It was awful. But you know, the thing kind of improved during my uni years. While I was in uni, I wasn't doing anything crazy. I was just more relaxed, more okay with just myself, you know. I thought that I was fine, you know, in my uni years, but I kind of relapsed. It's not funny. I kind of relapsed in the last 2-3 years, and the feeling that I'm getting now is exactly the one that I had when I was younger. You know, that I don't like it. Really, I don't like this feeling at all. I hated and I hate still now those years. Era più un odiare il mio modo di approcciarmi alle cose in quegli anni, e che non ho mai sopportato. I always felt during those years that I was under some controlling eyes, like, you know, I was constantly being watched, and that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. I don't like it at all. That's what shame does, actually. It basically acts like a controlling device, stopping us from, you know, behaving and acting in a way that could trigger us. Ovviamente questo si enfatizza nel momento in cui questa sensazione è stata provata anche in passato, quindi abbiamo già avuto esperienza di questi momenti e abbiamo familiarità con il sentimento di vergogna. I don't know, maybe we have been made feel ashamed for having some interest or maybe some curiosity of ours when we were kids, so that feeling kind of sticked with us. Julia said that art open closes, and just the fact of making art basically expose the whole person to the outside world. And of course, it's not a really enjoyable process if you have something to hide, and of course, if we have some wounds around the process of making art, it's gonna hurt. In order to heal and get better, we have to expose those wounds to
fresh air, to light, to sun.
Naming exposing ourselves to others, exposing our art to others. The thing is that this step is usually met with shaming, which is not helpful criticism. I don't know if during your childhood you have ever been made feel ashamed for believing yourself to be talented or to have, some artistic skill. Now, the mere act of creating and trying to expose yourself to others, causes an internal fight within yourself. You want to express yourself, you try and attempt to put yourself out there, but at the same time you are like, and this can manifest when, I don't know, you are trying to get something done, you are almost done with creating something, then suddenly the work lose all its meaning. È un qualcosa di talmente veloce, talmente repentino che è quasi impercettibile da cogliere. Se nel mentre di finire un qualcosa, se nel mentre di finire un lavoro, e tutto a un tratto ti passa la voglia, non trovi più quella motivazione per continuare, non ha più senso il fare quella cosa, portare a termine quella cosa non ha più senso. You wanna know what? I've learned that this interest in your work, in something, is actually a coping mechanism. In this situation, the line between detachment and numbing out is really, really thin. Everything becomes suddenly a no big deal. Friends and family forgetting, I don't know, your birthdays, forgetting to celebrate with you your achievements is basically normality, and the mere act trying to get attention feels dangerous. Julia uses very interesting phrases to describe the relationship between you, your achievements, and the people around you, which is dragging home the invisible bone, which is this desperate need to gain other people's approval, but your efforts are always met with indifference or rage, so you kind of learn that maybe no bone, it's better than any kind of bone. Bringing home no bone is better. No achievement, no goal will be big enough to celebrate you, to make you feel seen. If you have the wrong person around you, no matter what you do, no matter how big your achievement will be, you won't gain their approval, you won't gain their attention. I have this feeling, I have experienced this feeling, but more towards me that the people around me actually. I've always been around people who honestly supported me. I can't say otherwise, but I really can. I never meet my own expectation. And no achievement really makes me proud. Every time I reach some goal, every time I actually do something, I've met with relief. I'm not proud, I'm not happy, I don't feel that rush of good feeling. It's more like, thank God I've made it, thank God I've made it through. Raramente provo orgoglio per qualcosa che faccio, è più un sollievo. L'ultima volta che ho provato soddisfazione per un qualcosa penso sia stato which, like I said, is weird because I do have people around me who actually support me, but I can't really, I can't really make myself proud. No, sometimes I feel like I'm going just crazy because it's like they are judging and seeing something different from what I see. That's why shame is actually so easy to be retriggered in as adults, and that's why we often, feel feel shame in sharing our dreams. Of course, we have to remember that not all criticism is shaming. The most harsh, painful one can actually, point the road for an artist. La critica senza una struttura, senza un fondamento, è quello che provoca il danno. Nel momento in cui ci viene data ovviamente una critica con un giudizio di fatto costruttivo, che ti indica dove poter magari migliorare, dove poter cambiare qualcosa, è ben accetto. Of course we can control the kind of criticism we receive, but we can control how we react to it. So I think we need to develop here some kind of awareness and not pick, the first doubt we have when we are facing with bad criticism. Another emotion hard to deal with for blocked artists is anger. Anger actually works as a fuel. We feel it and we are moved to do something. But most of the time we are silencing and we are not listening to what he has to say. Anger works as a fuel but also as a map. It actually says to us and show us what our boundaries are. So usually feeling anger is actually a good sign that something is changing, something is moving. If you see someone doing something and you start to feel that anger bubble up and going like, oh, I could do that, what your anger is actually saying to you is that you need to learn how to do that thing, how to make that thing. It's telling you that you could do that thing, but you need to change. You need to learn some skill. You need to stop procrastinating, maybe. You need to make some change. Julia is actually a very strong supporter of the theory that if you believe, or if you think that you could do something, you have to do it. You just need to start. I'm having a very hard time with it too. Just to just take this leap of faith and go, okay, let's do it. So I know it's hard, but I also know that courage is always rewarded. Usually when we follow courage and not fear, the things are always, end up being better. When we follow courage and not fear, we set emotional sort of lucky events that Carl Jung calls synchronicity. This whole concept is actually a very threatening one because, the mere possibility of an intelligent and responsive force, universe, acting and reacting to our interests is actually, threatening. The hard part is just really going through the first door, because you really don't know what's behind it. È sicuramente un processo non facile, non lineare, perché il più delle volte non hai tutto davanti, non hai tutto presente sul tavolo, chiaro. Il più delle volte non sai come procedere, il più delle volte non sai come muovere il prossimo passo. E questa cosa del fidarsi di se stessi prima di tutto, il fidarsi delle proprie capacità è un qualcosa che si impara con il tempo, non impari da un giorno all'altro. C'è allo stesso tempo bisogno di delicatezza, compassione, dolcezza, apertura verso se stessi in questo processo, perché è una crescita che non è lineare, non è costante. Un giorno riesci ad avere le idee chiare, a fare effettivamente i passi avanti, e il giorno dopo non riesci a fare nulla, anzi ne hai fatti 3 indietro. It's really important to just go forward with small steps and be kind to yourself. I'm still learning how to do it because I'm always harsh to myself. I don't know why. I don't treat anyone like I treat myself, which is weird because I'm always very open, very kind with everyone but myself. I'm always harsh. I always have high expectation for myself, and I expect myself to meet them always. I really can't stand myself, being sloppy. You need to give yourself some time to just sort things out. Il pensiero di essere al 100% ogni giorno è pressoché utopico, è impossibile. Come ho detto all'inizio, questa settimana mi ha un po' scombussolato, e soprattutto la parte degli esercizi. Molti di questi ti chiedevano di elencare semplicemente delle persone che tu stimi e stilare una sorta di lista di caratteristiche che queste persone posseggono. Io non sono riuscita a inserire una persona, non sono riuscita a trovare delle persone a quanto pare che stimo, non so perché, e ho avuto un po' una crisi sulla cosa. Erano 2 liste da 5 persone, quindi in tutto erano una decina di persone, insomma, a cui tu dovevi pensare e mettere giù. Il fatto di non riuscire a trovare, ad identificare delle persone che mi fossero vicine mi ha un po' messo fuori fase parecchio. Li ho lasciati in bianco con la speranza di poterli riempire prima o poi, però gli esercizi di questa settimana sono stati un flop e questa era la mia paura, di cui parlavo nella settimana scorsa, cioè il fatto che ci sarebbe stato prima o poi un picco in negativo e stanno uscendo, insomma. E niente, questa è la terza settimana, abbastanza breve, abbastanza alla fine semplice, non c'è stato nulla di complesso da mandar giù, ma gli esercizi pratici mi hanno un po' mandato giù. Ci aggiorniamo con la quarta la prossima volta.